here at Merrill Field. I am Brian Martin behind the microphone. To my left is Jonathan North on the camera. And we are set to give you a great call tonight here on homecoming week in Harlan. As Atlantic has traveled to Harlan, and they will go ahead and Atlantic comes in 2 and 3. Harlan on a 4-game win streak. They are 4-1 going into this game. Little tails of the tape here, basically identical. Both quarterbacks coming in over 1,000 yards passing, in double digits in passing touchdowns. Rushing, basically Aiden Hall and Noah Schmidt out of the backfield for Harlan. Well over 100 yards, almost 200 yards apiece for them. Out of Atlantic, Dante Hedrington, all by himself, 69 attempts this year, 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. But the big tail of the tape for Atlantic, since the offense is basically identical, it's going to be whether they can get through this defensive line, which has combined 55.5 tackles for the Cyclone. So definitely makes it hard on the opposing offenses to get through. But for Harlan on this 4-game stretch that they have, they've outscored their opponents 210 points to 40. Looking to keep that streak going. Atlantic, though, on paper, seems to match up with Harlan pretty well. But that's only on papers, folks. You have to actually play on the field to get the whole tail of the tape here. But as it looks like we're about ready to get it going here, as I do believe Atlantic won the toss, and it looks like Harlan will receive the kick. So looks like Curran and Sears and Aiden Hall back to receive this kickoff, as Harlan's offense will be the first one on the field in this game. Atlantic ready to try to play spoiler on homecoming week here for Harlan, as they've had an off and on year all year this year. But again, both offenses can kind of score at will. It's just whether or not which defense can shut them down, and Harlan's defense matches up pretty well against this offense. So as the kick is up, and it's a squib kick, and it's going to be returned, and Harlan's offense will have great starting position here, ball on their own 41-yard line. So I don't know if he just missed it, but Hayden Thompson on the kick there, definitely a short kick, not how you want to start the game. You're giving this high-powered offense great field position, and Casper Bauer and the Cyclones take over on the 43. So 1st and 10, ball on the 43 for the Cyclones. As Casper Bauer is under center, we have Curran in the backfield. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 off to the far. Aiden Hall down here to the near side. He's going to look to Aiden Hall out in the flat, and he's juking, and he's got people missing, and he is off to the races, and he is gone. Touchdown, Cyclones, as Aiden Hall in the flat takes it the rest of the way. Took some kids' ankles on the way there. My Lord. What a run, what a touchdown for the Cyclones. And just like that, 15 seconds into the game, Harlan's up 6-0. And Steven Linen looks to put him up 7-0. But again, one play for the Cyclones, and it looked like almost a 60-yard gain for the Cyclones. One play, one score. Cyclones up. Oh, we got a bad snap. Looked to just kind of save it, and unfortunately incomplete. So the Cyclones, with a mishandled hold there on that PAT point, did not go through. So Cyclones up 6-0. Steven Lyon looks to pin him deep, and we'll get our first look at the Atlantic offense here, as Jaden Prell for the Trojans back to receive the kick from Steven Linen. And Steven Linen is usually living in the backfield as far as touchbacks. And the kick is away, and it is looking like it's going to go back there again. Actually, through the uprights. So, unfortunately, couldn't get the extra point to go through there, but gets the kickoff to go through there. So, Atlantic's offense starts on the 20. So, 1st and 10, ball on the 20 for the Trojans. And we'll get our first look at Caden Anderson for the Atlantic Trojans, as he's the quarterback here has a passing yards of 1,057 yards on the season with 10 touchdowns. As he is looking here out of the pocket, and he's going to find an open receiver. That was number 25, Carter Pellet, on the reception. As it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1. Ball on the 29 for the Trojans, as that was a nice little rollout here to the near side. And just short of the first down for the Trojans. So definitely something we're not used to seeing is a team coming out and passing right away. So Anderson's out of the shotgun. You have 3 off to the far side. And he's looking to his far side, and he gets number 16 wide open, and he is off to the races, and he's going to put it on the ground. It's a fumble, but they're going to rule him down. I don't think so, but it looked like he was well up in the air on that one, but instead they're going to say he's down at the 35, and Cyclone's 35, as that was Jaden Prell on the reception for the Trojans. So it's 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line for Atlantic after a questionable call there by the officials, giving them great field position. I think that was definitely a fumble. But anyways, 2 out of the shotgun, you have 1 in motion here, and we got early motion from the Trojans, number 16, and that'll pack him up 5. He was ready to run his route before the ball was even snapped. So Jaden Perrell on that one, on the penalty for the Trojans. Kind of slows down the momentum of this drive a little bit for the Trojans. So 10:26 left in the first quarter, 1st and 15. Ball on the 40 for Atlantic. As we're going to get him in the I formation here. Anderson under center. And they're going to give it to the fullback, and he's just going to get possibly 3 to 4 yards on that carry, as Tanner O'Brien on that carry for the Trojans. He goes right up the middle for almost back to the line of scrimmage on that one. So So 2nd and 13 for the Trojans as they go back in the I formation again. Anderson under center. They're going to shift out of it. They're going to put 3 receivers down here to the near side. He's going to take it out of the shotgun and mishandles the snap, and he's off to the races. He's looking for somebody. He's going to get ran right out of bounds there, as that was a good pursuit by number 36 there for the Cyclones. As that was Matthew Sorfenden on the pressure there for the Cyclones. As we have a timeout on the field. You're watching HLTV Channel 15.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keast Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Paulie Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Cool Gold 105.3 FM, Tano D in Harlan, Iowa.
Family Service Community, SCSB. Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment, including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
Welcome back to HLTV Channel 15. After an injury timeout to Caden Anderson for the Atlantic Trojans, we have Tristan Hayes coming in as quarterback, and he's out of the shotgun. He's just going to give it to the running back here, and that's Dante Henrington on the carry, and it looks like he's about ready to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And here comes the punting unit for the Trojans, as it is 4th and 8, ball in the 33 after what looked like a promising drive fizzled out there with a penalty and then kind of a broken play. The kick is up and it's going to be back in the end zone. So Harlan will take over on the 20, as was aiming for the corner there to try to pin Harlan in their own 5-yard line, but instead sails too far in the end zone. Harlan takes over on the 20. Last time this offense was on the field, it was one play, one score. Harlan looking to do the same thing again. As we have Curran in the backfield, Aiden Hall going to line up here to the near side, Sears off to the far. Harlan out of the I formation, Kasperbauer under center. And they're going to send a man in motion, and they're going to give it to Curran. And he is met right away by the Atlantic defense. And Atlantic got a good jump on that play. He was able to buzz through Harlan's offensive line rather quick. And Curran, unfortunately, was met 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 13 for the Cyclones. Ball in the 17. Just over 8:20 left in the first quarter. Harlan leads 6-0 as Kasperbauer is in the shotgun here, as we have one off to the far side. 2 tight ends in motion. They're going to send Kinkle in motion. They're going to pitch it off to Aiden Hall. And he's going to stiff arm somebody, and they're going to throw a flag on that one, but he is off to the races, and nobody's catching him. Pending the flag, this could be a touchdown for Harlan, but we do have laundry on the field. Aiden Hall came off to the near side here, laid a kid out with a stiff arm, and then it was just all the way to the goal line that everybody was chasing Aiden Hall. But unfortunately, it looks like it's coming back with holding for Harlan. So now it's going to be 2nd and about 18 for the Cyclones. Ball in 12. So quite a hole to dig out for Harlan Community here on their second drive of the game. As it seems like Aiden Hall's kind of got the secret to get through this Atlantic defense. But at Kasperbauer out of shotgun, you have 3 receivers off to the far side, 1 down here to the near side. And he's going to look to his far side, and it's going to be Aiden Hall. And it's just going to be just out of reach, a little bit too high for Aiden Hall. So 3rd and 20 for the Cyclones, as he had Aiden Hall single man coverage, and you're taking Aiden Hall every time you get him in single coverage. But unfortunately just sailed that a little too far. 7:47 left in the first quarter. Harlan up 6-0. 3rd and 20, ball in the 10. Kasperbauer in shotgun. 2 receivers off to the far, 1 here to the near side. And he's going to look to his far side here. He's actually going to look right up the middle. It's going to be Aiden Hall off to the far side. That's going to be enough for the first down. for the Cyclones. So 3rd and 20, they convert, and that's the Cyclones' first down as he gets Aiden Hall on a little curl route there, and Aiden Hall gets enough and more for the first down, as he seems to be the main target for Castrovauer, because Atlantic's defense has no answer for Aiden Hall so far on these 2 drives, as he's actually going to go take a breather now for Aiden Hall, as he kind of got up rather slow on that one. As Harlan comes out of the huddle here, you have Sears here to the near side, one off to the far. They're in the I formation, and they're going to give it to William Kinkle, and he's going to go right up the middle. It looks about 3 yards for the Cyclones, so 2nd and 7. Just under 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Harlan up 6-0. So they're going to give him 4 yards on that carry, so 2nd and 6 for the Cyclones. As they're actually going to call a penalty on Atlantic now. And that's a 15-yard penalty for the Trojans, as Harlan is now well into their territory. So now 1st and 10 for Harlan. Ball on the Atlantic 47. As Castrovauer and the Cyclones looks like they're going to go in the I formation again. Sears here to the near side, one off to the far, and he's going to look to Sears here. Nice little slant route there, and Sears is going to get possibly 14 on that carry, or on that reception there, and that's another Cyclone first down. As Castrovauer was looking at Sears the whole way, and Sears was able to beat his man who was playing a little bit too deep on that coverage. Sears was able to cut on the inside of him. It was wide open. Was able to get about 13 on that pass play. It's Castrovauer and the Cyclones in the I formation now, 1st and 10. And they're going to give it to Brad Curran. And he's going to little hurdle there. And he's going to get about 5 to 6 yards on that carry here to the near side. It's about 2nd and 5 for the Cyclones. Ball in the 28. Just under 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Harlan up 6-0. As Harlan looks to be in the I formation again. Castrovauer under center. You have Eggers here to the near side. Sears off to the far. And they're going to look to Sears as he's got his man beat. And that is enough. And he's in the 5-yard line here, actually off to down to the 4 for Gade Sears, as he was able to catch it on an out route, was able to make his man miss and get it down to the 4-yard line for the Cyclones, as Harlan's in the red zone. So Harlan looks to be back in the I formation again. Sears here lined up to the near side now. Brendan Eggers off to the far, and they're going to give it to William Kinkle, and he's going to be about 2 yards short from that goal line. So 2nd and 2, ball on the 2 for Harlan. That's kind of the big thing right here, right, is Aiden Hall just pacing back and forth on the sideline, as he was possibly has a stinger on that last possession he was on. But Harlan in the I formation again, as they're going to give it to Brad Curran, and he's going to be in for the touchdown as he dives in for the touchdown 2 yards out. Brad Curran in for the Cyclones as Harlan puts 6 more up on the board, 12-0 here in the first quarter, just under 4:40 left in the first quarter. Harlan now up 12-0. As the PAT, they're going to try it again. As the last one, we had a bobbled hold, and Harlan could not convert the PAT, but Stephen Linen looks to put Harlan up 13-0 early in the first quarter. And that was a low kick, but it is good. So Stephen Leinen and the Cyclones, 13-0 in the first quarter, 4:41 left. And we'll get another look at Atlantic's offense here coming up after this kickoff, as they showed a little bit of something on their last drive, but ended in a 3-and-out deep in Harlan's territory, and Harlan turned that into 6 more points. Stephen Leinen looks to kick it off for the Cyclones, and the kick is up, and it is, looks like it's going to be returnable. Atlantic's going to take it out of the end zone, and he's going to be met short of the 20. So Atlantic will take over, ball in the 17 for Atlantic. So 1st and 10 for Atlantic. Ball in the 17 as Harlan's defensive line looks to kind of put pressure on Atlantic's offense, as kind of looks like Tristan Hayes is still out there for the Trojans. As he's going to roll out of the pocket, and he's going to look to his near side here, and it's a bobble catch. And he's going to get about 3 yards. 1 to 2 maybe. But on the catcher, that was Carter Pellet for the Trojans. So 2nd and 8 for Atlantic. Ball on the 19. Just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. It's Tristan Hayes in the shotgun for Atlantic. You have 2 receivers lined up here to the near side. Harlan's going to kind of play a tight coverage here, and the snap is bobbled, and he's just going to jump on it about the 9-yard line for Atlantic. So a lost snap there, and that'll move him back as he could not handle the snap. And Tristan Hayes goes to the sideline to get the play call. So 3rd and 17, ball on the 9 for Atlantic, as that was a 10-yard loss. It's Tristan Hayes in the shotgun. 2 receivers here to the near side, and he's going to look to his near side again. And it is going to be pass is going to be broken up, but there is a flag on the play, and it looks like this is probably going to be pass interference on Harlan, as number 17 for Harlan was on the coverage, and that was Sam Schmitz on the coverage there, but they're going to probably call him for pass interference as he kind of went over the receiver to break that play up. And that's what they're going to call. So that's going to move Atlantic up. So a 15-yard penalty, still not enough for the first down, as it is 3rd and 2 for Atlantic now. Ball on the 25. So Atlantic gets a little bit of help here off the penalty as Tristan Hayes and the Trojans take over. He looks to be under center this time. Hedrington in the backfield. They've only called his number 1 time. Looks like he's going to get the pitch out to the far side. And he's going to be to the line and more. Nice little push there at the end. But that's a Trojans first down, as it looked like he was met at the first down marker, was able to keep the legs moving and get maybe 4 more yards after that. So first down for Atlantic, ball in the 32. 2:40 left to play in the first quarter, as Atlantic's offense is looking to put some kind of points up on the board, because Harlan's 2 drives, they've been able to put 6 up there. In Atlantic, you can't fall down 3 touchdowns here, as they're going to go to the fullback, and he's going to be met at the line, possibly a 1-yard loss. So about 2nd and 10, as he didn't go anywhere on that run play. So 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Ball on the 32 as they come out of the snap. Tristan Hayes is going to go under center. 2 receivers lined up, 1 to the near, 1 to the far. So we got a split back formation here. Send Pellet in motion as he's going to roll out to the near side here. He's just going to keep it, try to get something. He's going to dive for about 4 yards on that quarterback keeper.
rolled out and a nice little play action, was looking for something deep. Harlan had everybody covered, so he decided to take it. So it's 3rd and 5, ball in the 37 for Atlantic. Just over a minute left. By the time they get this ball snapped, it's going to be under a minute left in the first quarter. This Atlantic's offense has shown bursts of something good, only to be derailed by a penalty or bad snaps. Tristan Hayes is going to be pressured right away as he was looking to roll out to his far side there. Number 53 for Harlan, Gunnar Schmitz, was all over that one, and he was able to get it away just before the sack. So 4th and 5 for the Trojans, and here comes the punting unit as looks like Sears and Aiden Hall back in the game for Harlan. Going to look to return this punt. As they look like they're going to be lined up around their own 30. It's a high snap. The punt is away. And Sears is going to take it about the 30. He's going to get up the middle. That's actually Aiden Hall, and he's going to be bouncing off a guy, and he's going to his far side. And Aiden Hall is off to the races, and he's going to get tackled about the 8-yard line. So what a return for Aiden Hall. Puts Harlan's offense in a great starting position, returns the punt about from their own 30, and he takes it all the way down to the 8-yard line. And 1st and 10 for Harlan in great starting position. And what a comeback into the game Aiden Hall just had. So ball at the 9, 1st and 10 for Cyclones. Casper Bauer and the Cyclones under center in the I formation. Aiden Hall here to their near side, and they're just going to look for Curran. Try to get something here, and he's going to be brought down about the 6-yard line. So 2nd and 7, ball on the 7. For the Cyclones, it's Aiden Hall coming off the field again. He still looks like he's shaking up from something. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here, as Harlan's driving here towards the end of the first quarter, but they're going to let it run out as at the end of the first quarter, Harlan 13, Atlantic nothing, as you're watching HLTV channel 15. Welcome back to HLTV Channel 15, live here at Merrill Field. About ready to start the second quarter as Harlan takes over on the 7, 2nd and 7 for the Cyclones. As they come out in the I formation, Sears off to the far, Eggers down here to the near side. And they're going to look to Sears, and that's a touchdown for the Cyclones. As I'm not sure what happened there, but Atlantic's defense was definitely fooled on that one. And Sears was able to do a slant route and beat both of his men. And Casper Bauer found him right in the middle of the end zone for a touchdown. So Harlan up 19-0. And what a way to start the second quarter here. Harlan putting points up on the board as Steven Leinen looks to put him up 20-0. As the kick is up, and it is good. So Harlan now up 20-0, 4 seconds into the second quarter, as Atlantic's offense has to come out on the field, and they have to do something on this drive, or they might be in for a long game. So Stephen Lyon looks to kick it off to Atlantic. As the kick is away, and it looks like it's going to be a touchback here as the Atlantic's just going to let it roll out of the back of the end zone. So Atlantic's offense takes over on the 20. So 1st and 10. As Harlan's defense was able to pressure Atlantic's offense there towards the end of it, as Tristan Hayes trots back out for Atlantic, as not really sure what's happened to Caden Anderson, but it doesn't seem like he's coming back. So Atlantic lining up in the shotgun. You have 3 receivers here to the near side, and Harlan's going to be playing man, it looks like, and they're going to give it to Henryton to the far side there. And he may be getting one or lost a yard on that one. So 2nd and 12. Ball in the 18 for Atlantic. As Zane Bendorf was on that one, and Gunnar Schmitz was also on the stop there for the Cyclones. As we're getting the same formation again, 3 receivers here to the near side. Henryton next to him, and we got flags all over as Atlantic jumped early, and that's going to move him back 5. Unfortunately, a costly penalty there for the Trojans, and now they're looking at about 2nd and a mile, 2nd and 17, ball in the 13 for Atlantic. As Tristan Hayes in the shotgun, 3 receivers here down to the near side, and they're going to give it to Henryton off to the far, and he's going to fall backwards, maybe gain a couple yards on that one. So 3rd and 14, ball in the 16 for Atlantic, as Atlantic is now starting to try to run through this defensive line for Harlan. It's not really paying dividends for them as of right now, as we're getting the shotgun formation again. Same formation we've seen this whole drive, 3 receivers to the near side, and they're finally going to look to the near side here. He's going to be pressured, and he's going to find a receiver, and he's going to put it on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by Harlan, and that is number 17 by Harlan. He's finally going to get his fumble recoverage that was taken away from him earlier. That's Sam Schmidt, but we have a flag again on the play. So pending the penalty, we'll see what this brings for Harlan, as it looked like the flag came in after the fumble, so it looks like it's going to be Harlan's ball regardless. And it's going to be face mask on Atlantic. So after the fumble, Atlantic grabs the face mask on the tackle, and that's going to put Harlan even better field position starting this drive. That's going to put Harlan now on the 12 after the face mask penalty. So costly penalties here for Atlantic has stalled their offensive drive. And like I said, on paper, these 2 teams looked identical on offense. Unfortunately, only one offense here is firing on all cylinders, and that's Harlan, as Atlantic's offense has yet to find their rhythm. As Casper Bauer is in shotgun, Sears here to the near side, 3 off to the far. Aiden Hall lined up to the far side, and he's going to look in Aiden Hall's way, and he's going to dump it off to, looks like Jacob Birch, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Harlan. Jacob Birch wide open, caught the ball about the 2 on a nice little curl route there, and Harlan lights up the scoreboard again, 26-0. 10 minutes left in the first half. And Atlantic's cornerbacks and defensive backs played a little too far in coverage on that one. And Jacob Birch curled route in, had about a 5-yard gap between him and the defender, and it was all over with. As Steven Linen looks to put Harlan up 27-0, and the kick is up, and it is good. Harlan 27, Atlantic Trojans nothing here at Merrill Field, homecoming week for Harlan. Definitely how you want to start this game in the first half, as Atlantic's offense definitely has came out flat-footed. Hopefully on this drive something changes for them and we can see something on their scoreboard. If not, Harlan's offense is definitely scoring at will. Have not had a drive yet where they haven't been in the end zone. It looks like Carter Pellet back to receive the kick for Atlantic as Steven Linen looks to put it back in the end zone again. And the kick is away, and it's going to be a squib kick there, so it's going to be returnable. And Atlantic's going to pick it up around the 20, and that's about all they're going to get, as they're going to probably give him to about the 18, as that was Jaden Prohl on the return for Atlantic. So 1st and 10, ball in the 19 for Atlantic. 9:52 left in the first half, as this offense definitely has to get something going on this drive, or we might be seeing a walk away here for Harlan. As Tristan Hayes for Atlantic in the shotgun, as Henryton off to his left here, and that's another bad handle of the snap, and Tristan Hayes is going to get to maybe 1 yard, and they're going to throw a flag on that one, as unfortunately he ran out of bounds there, and Harlan's defender got there a little too late. And that was Matthew Sorfenden. Hit him about 2 yards out of bounds. So it looks like that'll give Atlantic a first down. So 1st and 10, ball on about the 41 for the Trojans. It's a good field position here. Let's see if they can do something with it. As Tristan Hayes is in the shotgun, and he's going to give it to Henryton, and he's going to get to maybe 1 on the play. They're going to give him 2 yards. So Henryton definitely testing the strength of Harlan's D-line, and Harlan's not moving at all. So if I was Henryton, I'd look to bounce off to the far or near side here. You can't run it up the middle against this Harlan defensive line. So 2nd and 8, ball on the 38 for Atlantic. As we got the shotgun formation again, 2 off to the far side there. And Hayes looking in the flats, and that's Henryton on the catch. And Harlan's going to get to him real quick on that one. Down to the near side here, that was number 21, Garrett Osman on the tackle. So 3rd and 6, ball on the 40 for Atlantic. As Tristan Hayes is definitely kind of running scared there in the backfield when he takes the snap, as Harlan's defensive line is getting pressure to him. Definitely can't sit in the pocket like he wants to and make throws. We got the shotgun again, 2 off to the far, and Hayes is on the move again, and he is going to be brought down just short of the first down, about 4 yards short for Atlantic. As that was Matthew Schwery on the tackle there, as Hayes was dancing a little bit too much instead of running. So 4th and 3 for the Trojans, ball in the 43 as the punting unit is out. And it looks like Sears and Aiden Hall back to return the punt. As Carter Pellet for Atlantic will punt it away. And it is off the side of his foot there. And giving Harlan great field position. Again, so kind of a bad punt there from Atlantic. Going to give it to Harlan on their own 35. So great field position for this offense, who has not slowed down since the kickoff, as they've put up points every single drive so far, and they look to do it again. 27-0 Harlan here in the first half. 7:32 left in the first half, and the Cyclones take over on the 40 As Casper Bauer under center here, they have the I formation. Aiden Hall off to the far, Sears here to the near side, and they're going to give it to Noah Schmidt. He's going to go right up the middle there for about 5 yards. As they're going to mark him on the 44, so 2nd and 6 for the Cyclones. Just under 7 minutes left in the first half. As Harlan gets to the line, they're going to be lined up in the shotgun. 2 off to the far, 2 off to the near side here. Harlan definitely looking to pass. He's looking to his far side. He's going to get Brendan Eggers, and it's in and out of his hands. He had Brendan Eggers off to the on an out route there with wide open spaces, and Brendan Eggers could not keep his hands on the ball there, so Atlantic got lucky. 3rd and 6, ball on the 44. As that would have been well enough for the first down. Just couldn't make the catch. So Harlan takes over on the 44 again. 3rd and 6. 2 off to the far, 2 off to the near side here. You have Aiden Hall back to the near side. And he's actually going to look to Sears, and that's going to be low and incomplete. So 4th and 6. As for the first time tonight, we will see the punting unit for Harlan. There's not much going on that offensive drive for the Cyclones. As number 16, Jaden Prohl, and number 25, Carter Pellet for Atlantic back to receive the punt from Steven Linen. And the punt is away. It's a nice punt. He's going to call for a fair catch about the 21. We're going to mark him about the 20-yard line. So Atlantic takes over on the 20, 1st and 10. So nice punt from Steven Linen. Put Atlantic in familiar field position here as they start on the 20 again. And Atlantic getting to the line here, 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Down 27, they got to do something here on this drive. Tristan Hayes in the shotgun. 2 off to the far side, 1 to the near side. They're going to give it, he's going to keep it, and he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield. About a 4-yard loss for the Trojans. As unfortunately that design run play did not fool anybody. So 2nd and 14 for the Trojans. As ever since Cade Anderson has went out for the Trojans, they have rarely put the ball up in the air. And unfortunately for this Cyclone defense, that's what you're going to have to do if you want to beat them. And Atlanta cannot do that. As we're getting Tristan Hayes under center for the Trojans. As they're going to give it to Hedrington, and he's going to be about to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. If anything, as Harlan's defensive line broke that play up real quick. As that was 34, Franz Rise on the tackle there. She was in the backfield kind of before the ball even got there almost. So 3rd and 15, ball in the 15 for Atlantic. Just under 5:20 left to play in the first half. Harlan up 27-0. As Atlantic's offense stalling again on this drive, looking for something. As they're going to give it to Henrington off to the far side there. He's going to get a little bit of something, but not enough for the first down. So that'll be 4th down for the Trojans. So 4th and 7. And here comes the punting unit for the Trojans, as it kind of looked like the offense was going to stay out there. And they decide to punt it away. It's ball in the 23, 4th and 7. Aiden Hall and Sears back to receive the punt around the 50. The punt is away, and he gets a good boot on this one, as Sears is going to take it about the 40, makes a man miss. He's going to get basically a couple yards on that return. And Harlan takes over on the 40, 1st and 10, as Casper out in this offense looks to put up some points right before halftime. As Harlan in the I formation here, and Casper under center. Have Noah Schmidt in the backfield. Aiden Hall line off here to the near side. They're going to give it to William Kinkle. He's going to get about 3 on that carry. They're going to give him 2. So 2nd and 8. Ball in the 38 for the Cyclones. As that's the first time tonight that William Kinkle couldn't get about 5 yards per carry. So Harlan, 2nd and 8, ball in the 42 now. Not the 38, the 42. Up 27-0. As Casper Bauer in shotgun, 2 receivers off to the far, 2 to the near. And they're going to give it to Aiden Hall off to the flat there. He's going to make a man miss, shoves him to the ground. He's going to get to the first down and kind of runs out of bounds there. So first down, Cyclones, as Aiden Hall off a little screen play, catches it off to the flats there. Get about 9 on that pass play, and that's enough to move the chains for the Cyclones. As Atlantic still has no answer for Aiden Hall. As on that one, he juked and kind of shoved a kid to the turf, and he took off for 9. So Casper Bauer under center, you have the I formation, Noah Schmidt in the backfield, and they're going to give it to him. Right up the middle there, he's going to get about 7 on that run play off to the far side. As Harlan's offensive line definitely opened up a nice running path for Noah Schmidt. As it is 2nd and 4 for the Cyclones. Ball on the 48-yard line. As Casper Bauer in the offense, look to be in the shotgun. Jacob Birch and Aiden Hall down here to the near side. Sears and Eggers off to the far. And Casper Bauer going to deliver a nice pass here. Just out of reach for Jacob Birch. And it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Cyclones. As he had his man off to on an out route there. Unfortunately, just out of his fingertips. Out of bounds. And Harlan has it 3rd and 4 on the 43. So Tegan Casperbauer and the Harlan offense looking to get a first down here. 2:40 left in the first quarter in the shotgun formation. 2 to the near, 2 off to the far. They're going to send Curran in motion here. As he's going to get it to Jacob Birch, and that's enough for a first down and more. So that's a first down, Cyclones. As Jacob Birch gets it on a nice little curl route, gets it to about the 29-yard line. Enough to move the chains for the Cyclones. So 1st and 10. Ball in the 31. It's 2:20 left to go in the first half. Harlan up 27-0. Looking to put more points up on the board before we go into halftime. As Casperbauer in the shotgun, 2 receivers line up on both sides here. 2 off to the far, 2 to the near. And he's looking to his far side. He's going to get Cade Sears on a nice little slant route there, about 12 yards, and that's enough to move the chains again for a Cyclone's first down. If it's not Aiden Hall, it's Cade Sears for the Cyclones. And those 2 receivers have been all over these defensive backs for Atlantic And unfortunately, Atlantic has no answer for either Aiden Hall or Sears. And they are just eating them up there on the slants and curl routes here. As Kasperbauer in the shotgun, you have 3 receivers to the near side. Sears off to the far. He's looking at Sears' way. And he's going to sail it over the head of Curran there. Off to the far side there. Was looking for Sears the whole way. Atlantic had him covered. So 2nd and 10, ball in the 17 for Harlan. 1:25 left to go in the first half. Harlan leading 27-0. As William Kinkle comes in, Brandon Eggers heads to the sidelines for the Cyclones. As we will probably be looking at a I formation or something for the Cyclones. And they do. We got the power I. Kinkle and Curran in the backfield. Aiden Hall to the far or near side. Sears to the far. And he's going to be looking to Aiden Hall's way. And that is a flag as the number 2 on Atlantic, Clevy Johnson, tugging all over Aiden Hall. And that's going to be a pass interference on Atlantic. So moving the chains for Harlan again. As I think Kasperbauer saw what was going to happen there, tossed it over in double coverage. And unfortunately, you tug jerseys like that in coverage, you're going to get called for pass interference. And just costly penalties for Atlantic all first half long. Almost the same amount of yards, penalty yards, as they do total offense in this game. 2nd and 1 for the Cyclones as you have the power I formation for the Cyclones. 2 receivers off to the far side there. And they're going to give it to Aiden Hall. He's going to bounce off to the far side there. And that's going to be a touchdown for Aiden Hall and the Cyclones. As Aiden Hall takes the handoff, goes to the far side. And I think he ran over every single defender on Atlantic's team to get to that goal line. Puts Harlan up 33-0 with 1:14 left in the first half. And Aiden Hall's on a different level tonight as Atlantic has no answer for him. So Stephen Linen in the PAT unit out to try to make it 34-0. It's a low snap again, a bad hold, and they're just going to try to throw it in the end zone. And unfortunately, that's going to be picked off by Atlantic, but PAT no good for Atlantic or for Harlan. As again, another bad snap, bad hold for Harlan. And that's 2 PAT attempts now with bad holds. Just can't get on the same page there tonight on the PAT unit. Harlan leads 33-0. 1:14 left in the first half. As Stephen Linen looks to kick off to Carter Pellet and Jaden Pearl for Atlantic back to receive this kick. And the kick is up, and Atlantic's going to let this go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Atlantic's offense, again, on the 20-yard line, takes over. As Stephen Linen has not let them start out of their own territory almost all game. So Atlantic has 3 receivers off to the near side here. Henryton in the backfield. Hayes out of the shotgun. Are they just going to run it to run the timeout? Or is Atlantic going to try to put something in the air to try to go? And they're going to give it to Henryton off to the far side, and he's going to get about a loss of 1 on that carry. That's going to take us under a minute to go here in the first half. Harlan 33, Atlantic nothing. And I think Atlantic's just going to run the ball here and kind of go into halftime with a down 33 to a very potent Harlan community offense. As we get the same formation again, 3 receivers here to the near side. Henryton off to his left. And they're going to give it to Henryton, and he's going to get to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it. As Harlan's defensive line is up for the challenge. Henderson keeps running at him, and they're stopping him. As that was Gunnar Schmitz there on the tackle. So 3rd and 11, and we're going to be under 10 seconds to go here, and I think that's going to be the first half for this game. Harlan 33, Atlantic nothing. We're going to take a small break here for halftime. You're watching HLTV Channel 15.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keist Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa. Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance. Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Polly Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Google 105.3 FM Tano D in Harlan, Iowa.
Family Service Community, SCSB.
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment, including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
Welcome back to HLTV Channel 15, live here at Merrill Field. Homecoming week for the Cyclones as Harlan leads 33-0. Here's some halftime stats here. Right now, Harlan has 10 first downs to Atlantic's 2. Rushing yards, Harlan has 38 off 11 attempts. Atlantic has 19 off of 17. Passing yards, Tegan Casper Hart 9 for 15, 175. Atlantic 4 for 6, 49 yards. Total yards of offense, though, 210 yards for Harlan. Atlantic with 68. 1 fumble for Atlantic. Penalties, though, Harlan 3 penalties for 40 yards, and Atlantic, it's kind of been the tail of the tape in the first half for him. The kryptonite, 5 penalties for 59 yards, like I said earlier in the first half. Almost the same amount as total yards as they do in penalties, and that is not going to win you a football game, especially against Harlan Community, who is got a very high-powered offense. So if they clean that up in the second half, maybe they can start putting some points up on the board. But Atlantic's coming out here in the second half, down 33-0. Could be some bench starting here in the second half for the Cyclones if Atlantic's first drive does not pan out the way they want it to. So far in every drive but one has Harlan put points up on the board, and unfortunately Atlantic's offense has struggled to find even Harlan's territory. Besides one time they are in Harlan territory, other than that they've about stalled out about the 40-yard line. Jaden Prohl and Carter Pellet for Atlantic back to receive this kick from Stephen Lynan. So the second half at Merrill Field, homecoming week for the Cyclones, up 33-0. That's how you want to do it here on homecoming. And Stephen Lynan, the kick is up, and it's going to be returnable here in the second half, about the 10-yard line for Carter Pellet, and he's going to get to maybe the 17. So Atlantic's offense takes over. First and 10, ball on the 18. So Tristan Hayes for Atlantic in the ball game, as it looks like Caden Anderson has been reported in a sling on the sidelines, so more than likely he is done for the night. So the backup for Atlantic in, as Tristan Hayes and the Trojans out of the shotgun, 2 here to the near side. So you're going to have Atlantic kind of creep up, try to play tight man over there, and he's just going to dump it off here short, and that's going to be enough for the first down and more, and that was Xavier Darrow for Atlantic on a nice little kind of HB draw there where he was kind of forgotten about. Nice little curl route there. He was able to get the first down and more. So 1st and 10, ball on the 35 for Atlantic. There's 2 receivers here down to the near side. That's going to be his low snap, and they're going to give it to Henryton. And he's going to get to the line, and that's it, as Harlan's defensive line again smothers him. And unfortunately for Dante Henryton, he just has no running room tonight, as it's kind of been all him out of the backfield all season. Coming into this game, he had 326 yards rushing, and Harlan has limited that to almost 0 all game for Henryton, as Atlantic's back out of the shotgun. And he's looking to his far side. He's going to dump it off to Henryton. And again, Henryton's going to get to the line of scrimmage and maybe 2 more yards on that late little burst there. But 3rd and about 8, 3rd and 9 for the Trojans. They're going to mark him 1 yard on that carry, on that pitch and catch for Atlantic. So 3rd and 9, ball on the 36 for the Trojans. Tristan Hayes gets the call from the coach as they come out of the huddle. He's in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers off to the far and near side. They're going to send one in motion. And he's looking to his far or near side here. And it's going to be intercepted by Harlan. And Harlan read that one beautifully, creeped up on a curl route, and was able to pick that one off. And that's number 10, Brett Van Balle, for the Cyclones. As the first time in the second half they put it up in the air, Harlan takes it away. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones, ball in the 37 now. And Tegan Kasperbauer and the Cyclones will set up shop there, see if they can put it in the end zone again to start the second half. Harlan in the I formation, Aiden Hall off to the far side. Cade Sears down here to the near side, Curran in the backfield. And they're looking at Aiden Hall, and that one's going to be low and bounces to Aiden Hall. So that's incomplete. 2nd and 10, ball in the 37. As unfortunately, he just threw that pass a little too short. So 1st or 2nd and 10, ball in the 37 for the Cyclones. As Kasperbauer now out of the shotgun. 2 off to the far, 2 down here to the near side. Aiden Hall off to the far side, and they're going to put him in motion. Down here to the near side, and they're going to look to his, he's going to dump it off to Curran there, off to the far side, and Curran's got some running room, and he's going to be gone into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Cyclones. It's Bradley Curran wide open off to the far side there in the flat. Kasperbauer hits him, and it was all over after that one. Great down the field blocking by the Cyclones, and Curran was able to catch the pass and go untouched to the end zone. About 37-yard touchdown reception for Brad Curran. Puts Cyclones up 39-0 as the Cyclones look to make it 40-0, but PATs have not been their strong point tonight. As the kick is up, and it is good from Stephen Linen. So Cyclones 40, Atlantic Trojans nothing here with 9:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Cyclones offense picked up right where it left off here from the first half. They came right out and put it right down the field. And Atlantic's offense going to be taking the field down 40 points. As Stephen Linen looks to kick off to Jaden Prohl and Carter Pellet from Atlantic back to receive another kick. Stephen Linen kicks it away, and Atlantic will let this one go out the back of the end zone. So 2nd drive for Atlantic will start on the 20 as Tristan Hayes and the Trojans come back out on the field down 40-0. Just kind of hoping to pat the stat book, maybe even light up their side of the scoreboard tonight, as as this one's kind of out of reach now, 40-0. 9:47 left in the third quarter, as Harlan still has their starters out on the field, kind of going to make sure that this one's in the bag before they pull them. It's Tristan Hayes under center this time. We have one receiver down here to the near, one to the far. Got split back formation. They're going to give it to Henryton. He's going to get stopped right again about to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give it to him. So gain of nothing, but Henryton cannot run against this Harlan defense. Tried all night. Harlan definitely has to drop on him, as that offensive line just can't seem to open any running room for Henryton all night. The Cyclones defensive line was able to shut that one down rather quickly, as Tristan Hayes and the Trojans look to be in the I formation again. Hayes under center. They're going to send one in motion. And he's going to play action. And it's going to be intercepted by Harlan. That's Brad Curran on the interception, and he's looking for the end zone. And he's going to step out of bounds about the 15-yard line. But Tristan Hayes puts that up in the air, and there is nobody around but Brad Curran. Unfortunately, he wears a red jersey, and Harlan intercepts the pass. And 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. Ball on the 14 as we got continuous clock going here. 40-0, Harlan up on Atlantic. Just over, about to be under 8 minutes left in the third quarter, as Tegan Kasperbauer and the Cyclones under center. Curran in the backfield, two receivers off to each side. And again, he's just going to bounce past it to Aiden Hall. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, ball on the 14 for Harlan, as they went back to the same flat play, and unfortunately, same result, a bounce pass to Aiden Hall. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 14 for the Cyclones, as it looks like it's going to be the I formation again. Sears going to line off to the far side. Aiden Hall down here to the near side. Noah Schmidt and Kinkle in the backfield. And they're going to give it to Noah Schmidt. And he's going to, I got plenty of running room, and he's going to stumble down to about the 2-yard line. As if he didn't stumble, that was 6, folks. As Noah Schmidt definitely found some running room on that one. And Harlan takes over on the 2-yard line, 1st and 2. As we get more of the I formation again, William Kinkle and Schmidt in the backfield. Kasperbauer under center. This one looks to be back to Noah Schmidt, and he's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Harlan. And we got a flag at the end of the play here. Unnecessary roughness, I'm guessing, on Atlantic, as Noah Schmidt was tackled well after he was in the end zone. So Noah Schmidt 2 yards out, put Harlan up 46-0. As it will be unsportsmanlike conduct on Atlantic's defense. As Steven Linen and this punting unit looks to put him up, or kicking unit, sorry, put them up 47-0 with 6:39 left in the third quarter, as we are seeing Will Osmond warm up on the sideline. So more than likely those starters are done for the Cyclones, up 46-0. High snap, but the kick is up, and it is good from Steven Linen. So Harlan 47, the Atlantic Trojans nothing here at Merrill Field homecoming week for the Cyclones. Nothing better than winning on homecoming. That's exactly what the Cyclones are doing right now, 47-0. As Jaden Prohl and Carter Pellet back to receive another kickoff for the Trojans. And for the Trojans here, you're just looking for positive gains, moving the chains, possibly looking to put something up on that scoreboard so you're not going back to Atlantic with a goose egg. Stephen Linen looking to put them back on their 20 where they've been starting most of the game. And with that unsportsmanlike conduct, this kickoff will take place on Atlantic's 45. So more than likely, this one will be in the back of the end zone. The way Stephen Linen can kick him out from his own 45, he's definitely going to be trying to put this one through the uprights. And the kick is away, and it is in the back, through the uprights, in the back of the end zone. Unfortunately, those don't count as points. They should. But Harlan touches it back. Atlantic takes over on the 20 after a unnecessary roughness call. Moves that kickoff onto the Atlantic's 45. And Atlantic starts over on the 20. And for this offense, you're trying to just get positive yards. As we're seeing new numbers now enter the game for the Cyclones defense. And right away, we got movement on the line. And it looks to be against Harlan. They're going to put it on Atlantic. Atlantic jumped first, costing them 5 yards on that one, as Atlantic's offensive lineman got a little too jumpy on that one. So 1st and 15, ball on the 15, just under 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter for Atlantic. Trying to get something going here. Down 47-0. Tristan Hayes in the shotgun. 3 receivers land off to the far side, and they're going to give it to Henryton. And he still can't run against this defense, as he's going to be about 2-yard gain there. But this Cyclone defensive line is not letting him through. So 2nd and 12. 3-yard gain there from Harrington for the Trojans. As Tristan Hayes in this offense gets to the ball again, 3 receivers lined off to the far side. And they're going to give it to Henryton again, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. That was number 75 on that tackle for the Cyclones, as that was Ben Linen. Busted through the line there and was able to get him in the backfield. So 3rd and 14 for the Trojans. Ball on the 16-yard line. As the Atlantic offense gets to the ball, 3 receivers down here to the near side, 1 off to the far. And he's going to be looking to the far side. And a nice little one-handed catch there. And he's going to put it on the ground. It's recovered by Harlan. And he's going to bowl into the end zone. Touchdown, Harlan. As we had a nice little catch off to the outside there. And again, Atlantic puts the ball on the ground. And Harlan gets the fumble and takes it the rest of the way. So Harlan up 53-0. As that was Brett Heasy on the fumble recoverage, taken to the touchdown. And Stephen Linen puts Harlan up 54-0 with 4:16 left in the third quarter, as Harlan just kind of seems to be doing whatever they want to with Atlantic tonight. Atlantic's offense definitely was expecting to move the ball a little bit more than they have been doing all night long. As we're getting new numbers here on this kickoff, as here in the third quarter, Harlan's offense has only been on the field one time with 4:16 left in the quarter. Steven Liner looks to put it through the back of the end zone again, and the kick is away, and Atlantic is going to return it about the 1 yard line. As he's going to get to about the 20-yard line, and that's it. So Jaden Prohl on the return for Atlantic, and Atlantic takes over on the 20. So Harlan defense gets to the line. Atlantic in the I formation under center. They're going to give it to the fullback, and he's going to get about almost 5 yards on that carry. So it was Tanner O'Brien on the carry there for the Trojans. 2nd and 4, ball on the 21. As Tristan Hayes in this offense back in the I formation again. Henryton and O'Brien in the backfield. They're going to give it to O'Brien again. And he's going to get pretty close to that first down. They're going to mark him about a yard short. So 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, ball on the 24 for the Trojans. As we're kind of seeing Atlantic move the ball on this drive. As they're under center again, the quarterback keeper for Tristan Hayes, just trying to get enough for the first down. And that is enough to move the chains. So first down, Atlantic. So 1st and 10, ball on the 27 for Atlantic. As Harlan is subbing in and out. As Atlantic goes back down in the I formation again, Tristan Hayes under center. As they're going to give it back to the fullback again. And he's going to get to maybe 3 yards on that one, 3 to 4 yards on that carry. Nathan Kaiser on that one. As Tristan Hayes and this Atlantic offense under center again in the I formation. Not much is changing there on this drive. They're just sticking with what works. They're going to pitch it off here to the near side to Henryton. He's got a little bit of running room, but not enough for the first down as he was tripped up in the backfield, fell forward. So 3rd and 4 for the Trojans. Tristan Hayes and the Atlantic offense under center again, 2 off to the far side there. They're going to give it to Henryton. And he's going to be a yard short of the first down. So nice defensive stand there from the Cyclones. As it's 4th and 1 for the Trojans. As it looks like this offense is staying on the field for Atlantic. So here towards the end of the 3rd quarter, just under 10 seconds left, Harlan 54, Atlantic nothing. And Atlantic's just going to let the time expire, and they're going to switch sides here. So end of the 3rd quarter, Harlan 54, Atlantic nothing. As they will switch sides, and we'll be right back. You're watching HLTV channel 15.
At United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 59 and Pine Street in Harlan, you'll always find a smiling face to greet you and help you with all your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on deposits and loans, and the latest in technology with our online and mobile products. Come and find out for yourself why the difference is here at United Bank of Iowa, member FDIC.
Welcome back to HLTV Channel 15 here live at Merrill Field for the start of the fourth quarter. Harlan 54, Atlantic Trojans nothing. Atlantic takes over 4th and 1, ball on the 36 as Hayes under center, and they're going to give it to O'Brien, and he's going to be up the middle for enough to move the chains, it looks like. So first down, Atlantic, as they move it just enough to get the first down to start here the fourth quarter. And this drive has been something nice for the Trojans here, as they have not been able to move the ball all game long. Here late in the fourth quarter now, or early in the fourth quarter, excuse me, they're slowly making their way up the field. Hayes under center, they're going to pitch it out to Henrington. And Henrington's going to get maybe 1 to 2 yards on that carry, as he still has no running room. Henrington was obviously the main target here for this defense in order to slow down, and they have been able to do that just fine. So 2nd and 5, ball on the 44 for the Trojans. Hayes under center, got a split back formation, and he's going to give it to O'Brien, and O'Brien's going to get enough for the first down, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds there. So another Atlantic Trojan first down, as that was Bryce Van Balla on the push out there out of bounds here to the near side. As Atlantic's running game seems to be the method to go to this fourth quarter for Atlantic. But unfortunately, under 10 minutes to go, down 54-0. They're just trying to get something going on the scoreboard, as they're going to give it back to Henrington, and he's going to be up there for about 4-5 yards on that one. So 2nd and 6, ball on the 42 for the Trojans, as Atlantic has had the ball almost the entire third and fourth quarter here, picking up a couple yards here at a time. As Hayes under center again, putting one man in formation. They're going to pitch out to Henrington off to the far side. He's got some running room finally, and he's going to get to the first down for the Trojans. Depending on the spot there, it looked like he got it from here, but they're going to mark him a yard short. So 3rd and 1, ball on the 42. Excuse me, on the 37, on Harlan's 37 for the Trojans. And that was a nice little running back pitch to the far side, and he was able to find some opening room. First time in this game, as they're going to put one more man in motion, as they're looking off to the far side. And it's going to be another interception from Harlan, as I'm not sure why you'd go a play action pass on 3rd down like that instead of running. But anyways, they put it up in the air, and number 15 for the Cyclones was there waiting for it, and that was Quinn Kesters, sorry, for the Cyclones, and he was the only man in that area. And man, Tristan Hayes, he got leveled on that play, but definitely threw off his back foot. That's why we had such a hang time on that pass play. As Will Osmond, first time he's on the field here in this game, as he's under center in the I formation. They're going to pitch it out to, looks like Lucas Francis. As Lucas Francis rushes here to the near side. as they're going to give him about 1 yard on that. Actually, they're going to say 2. So 2nd and 8, ball on the 19 for the Cyclones as Will Osmond. And it looks like they're going to be at the power I again as he's going to go under center. He's going to hand it off to Lucas Francis again, and he's going to be swallowed up here about the line of scrimmage again. So 3rd and 8, ball on the 19 for Harlan. Just under 7 minutes to go in this game. Harlan 54, Atlantic Trojans nothing. Here on homecoming week for the Cyclones. And what a homecoming game this has been for this first string offense. Kind of just every drive but one, they've been in the end zone. And Will Osmond out of the shotgun. He's looking to his far side there. And it's almost intercepted by Atlantic. And actually almost complete off the deflection. But number 2, Levi Johnson for the Trojans there almost had an interception. Just in and out of his hands. So 4th and 9, ball on the 18 for the Cyclones. As for the second time tonight, we will see the punting unit for the Cyclones. As Stephen Linen looks to punt it away from his own 5. And a very short punt for Stephen Linen. Going to go out of bounds about the 25. So Atlantic takes over well in Harlan's territory here. As that is a rare bad kick we've seen from Stephen Linen. He's usually clutch. Unfortunately, got too much off his back foot there. And Atlantic takes over on the 26. Down 54-0. 1st and 10, just over 5 minutes left to go in this game. Great opportunity for Atlantic to put something up on the board here. As Harlan looking to shut him out here on homecoming night. As they're going to give it to Henrington, he's going to go off to the far side. He's going to be tripped up. If he wasn't tripped up there by number 15, he had a lot of running room off to that far side for the first time or second time tonight. Henderson definitely saw that one as Quinn Kesters again on the tackle there, little shoelace tackle, and it's going to be 2nd and 4. Ball on the 20 for the Trojans as Hayes under center. As they're going to give it to O'Brien, and he's going to get possibly 3-4 yards on that carry. This is 3rd and 1. Ball on the 17-yard line for Atlantic. As he was 1 yard short of that first down marker. Tristan Hayes under center again in the I formation. As they're going to give it to O'Brien just to try to get that first down marker. And I believe he does. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Ball in the 16. Atlantic trying to put something up on the board here. 3:20 left in the game. Hayes under center, single back formation. He's going to look to Henderson, and Henderson's going to be wrapped up. About 2 yard gain there. So 2nd and 8, ball on the 14 for the Trojans. As they come out of the huddle, Hayes looks to be under center again, split back formation. as Henryton off to the near side here. He's tackled in the backfield, or about 3-yard gain there, sorry. Tackled by Brett Heese, number 55 for the Cyclones. As we got a shotgun formation from the Trojans, 3 receivers off to the far side, 1 to the near side here. A high snap. Hayes has to roll out of the pocket, and he's got somebody off to the far side there. A nice little out route. And that was Jaden Prohl on that pitch and catch for the Trojans. As it is 4th and 3, ball on the 9 for Atlantic. Just over 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this game. Atlantic trying to put something up on the board as Hayes and the Trojans out of the shotgun. He's looking to his far side here. It's caught, and he is going to be down to the 2, but enough to move the chains for the Trojans. And Atlantic's trying to score here late. Just under a minute left to go in the game here. 54-0 Harlan, as Atlantic's just trying to light up the scoreboard as they take the ball on the 2, 1st and 2. Atlantic in the I formation, and they're going to give it to Henryton, and he's up the middle in for the touchdown. And Atlantic finally gets up on the board. 45 seconds left in the game. As it is now 54-6. As Hayden Thompson for Atlantic looks to try to put him up, and he just gets it through. Looked like it was going to be low, but just enough to get over the crossbar. So 54-7. 45 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And this is all she wrote, as Harlan will get the ball back. And you're looking at victory formation here for the Cyclones. As Atlantic with Hayden Thompson looking to kick off here. We got some new numbers out there for this kick return. Number 63, Mason Schultz. 64, Cave Finken out here on the return. As Hayden Thompson kicks it away, and it's a low squib kick again. And Harlan's going to return it about the 25. So 40 seconds left here in the game. You're looking at about 2 victory formations for Harlan, and this game's over as they are going to let the continuous clock go. 54-7. Just under 20 seconds left to go in the game here. So Harlan will win, and win big here on homecoming week for the Cyclones, as your final score will be 54-7. Harlan over the Atlantic Trojans, as they are going to run a nice little play here to Lucas Francis. I thought it was going to be a victory formation, but instead Lucas Francis here to the near side. Enough for the first down and more, but Harlan wins it 54-7. As I thought that was going to be formation, but anyways, that's it, folks. 54-7, end of the game here, live at Merrill Field, homecoming week for the Cyclones. And Atlantic, unfortunately, couldn't get anything going until late. Live from Merrill Field here, I'm Brian Martin. Off to my left is Jonathan North on the camera. Your final score here at Merrill Field, homecoming week, 54-7, Harlan Community. Thank you for watching HLTV Channel 15.